Hey everybody, good afternoon. Richard from Richardlistens just following up after this week's podcast with Dr. Lena Shamil, soon to be Doctor of Psychology, who's also a professional figure skater from the age of 4.5. And our conversation this week was about injuries. And one thing that really stood out was the process of grieving that goes on post-injury. So I really wanted to capitalize that for a lot of athletes, including Lena and one of our favorite past guests, Dr. Russ Carpenter from Stanford University, that going through an injury, whether it be in a solo sport such as figure skating or as a professional NFL hopeful as a football player, it can be an incredibly isolating and dark time for an athlete. It's not something that's often talked about. Not that I wanted to shine a light on the darkness of the experiences of many of these high-achieving athletes, but today I wanted to just focus on, what is the opportunity, what can be achieved during these times of injury and recovery. What occurred to me is that, there's something in my own experience. I had a back surgery right out of college. There's still a lot of lingering questions and trauma, both dating back to the injury and how it affected my own basketball performance and work experience, and all the confusion around that in terms of how it affects your ability to identify as a physical performer and an athlete, let alone someone who may be trying to do this to make a living off it. And that true identity crisis and depression that can occur when you cannot use your body to express itself and to feel confident in being good at a sport. In my case, basketball, or in whether it be Lena's case of completing a double axel, or even being able to get on the ring in the rink on a daily basis. So my goal today, just to reach out anybody who's going through injury, anyone who's on the mend, who's coming back from surgery, is that sometimes it kind of levels the playing field, brings you back to this state of existence where, again, you're needing support, you're needing help, you're needing connection in the simplest ways. Sometimes, I know for me, coming out of back surgery, even the people that stopped by my house that were willing to sit down, get my mind off things, healthy distraction, whether it was board games, movies. I learned to play chess, even though I'm a horrible chess player. Those kind of friendships have stayed with me years after, and no doubt it's that kind of real investment that who stays connected to you and who you can reach out to during those times are truly authentic people in your life. And there's value to learning that and who is connected to you, who really is a friend and who's there for you outside of your athletic talent. So that's one thing. The other is to look for some sort of meaning in character development or skill development in looking at your strengths, whether it be simply evaluating film or rethinking about yourself as an athlete going forward, focusing on your recovery and healing the body. That we don't often, when we're in the midst of competition or performing, do enough preventative exercise or examining our nutrition or better ways to care for our body in the long run. So it can be a tremendous opportunity to learn, to engage, to examine the way we're living and treating our bodies, and make the best decisions for the course going forward with the best support system, maybe even a new support system, and maybe even disengage from some people who may only be identifying with that one part of you that is not the entirety of you, the athlete and the person. Have a great week. Thanks for listening.